else. If you're an atheist and you want to talk about morality, you've got no right. You can only say, I don't like it. You can only say it's common sense, which is an opinion. You can only say all kinds of arbitrary and empty things, but you have no right to impose it on anybody else. But you want to. And the only reason you can want to is because you're made in the image of God. And you know what's right and wrong in your heart because God has said it, because it reflects the very character and nature of God. And so when you presuppose that something is an atrocity, you inadvertently presuppose the validity of an absolute moral God. That's the only way you can do that. Otherwise, you're arbitrary.
Okay, last question, directed first to Eddie. If you did have to pick one, Eastern view of God versus monotheistic view of God, what is more probable? Thank you.
Well, I don't believe that any is more probable. Let me just say this, because the Eastern views of God are a little bit vague. And first of all, in Buddhism, there is no single God. There is no overwhelming one single supernatural being. What I will say is this, that the most implausible is a distinct supermind that is all good, all powerful, and all knowing, because that is inconsistent with the evidence that we see in our world, as I outlined. Whether it's supernatural miracles, whether it is evil, whether it is the sloppiness of evolution, the question of divine hiddenness, the dependence of consciousness on the physical brain, the scale of the universe, if a God is interested in us so greatly, all the excess debris and the smallness of the earth, and also the unlikelihood of a separate kind of God time in which God traversed an infinite regress in order to jumpstart the universe. So what I'm saying is, of all the possibilities out there, based on the evidence, it is the least probable. Remember, I'm making a probabilistic argument, not a logical absolutist argument. It is least likely that an all-good, all-powerful, all-knowing, volitional God is the one that exists.
Now each debater will have a 12-minute closing statement. Mr. Slick will begin.
My 12-minute closing, let's go. Now, in my opening argument, I raised the issue of the impersonal and personal cause of the universe. I have demonstrated, at least I believe I have demonstrated, maybe I haven't, but I certainly believe that I have demonstrated that an impersonal cause of the universe just doesn't work. If something caused the universe to exist, you only have two options, folks, a personal or impersonal cause. Those are it. There aren't any options. If you negate one of them, the other one is automatically validated. Now, by Mr. Tabash's own admission, by the quotes from his website links, he